Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Cool, then let's start. Let's start with a quick introduction. Yeah, so cool. So hello, I am Shivam Sahal. I have been working with MS for almost 3 years now. Basically, I'm from Rajasthan, but I was brought up in Kolkata. I did my BCA there, and then off campus, I got hired in Morgan Stanley. So, and basically, I'm working in Bangalore now, so kind of covers the whole India. Jammu and Kashmir, the north part is left. I love watching animes, I love singing, I love playing cricket, I love reading psychology books, particularly. Mm, I'm also a proud pet dad. Yes, that's kind of it. Would you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, sir. So my name is Trupti Supan. I am currently in my third year, and I am from Ishamical Institute of Technology from Mumbai, and I am from Computer Science branch. I love like in my spare time, I like to do drawing and sketching. So that's most of my hobby. I'm looking forward to learn and grow.
First, great. Thank you so much, Trupti. Hello, Sanya.
Hello?
Yep, you're audible.
You're not audible. Hello?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir. My name is Sania Maner. Currently, I'm pursuing engineering degree in information technology branch from PS Modern College of Engineering, Pune.
Okay, great. Anything on projects, anything on hobbies?
Uh, Talking about my hobbies, so I like dancing and public speaking.
Ah,
And the
nice.
project, yeah, and the project I recently made, which is based on the computer vision technology. So I built the automatic retail management system using the cameras with the computer vision technology.
Automatic, sorry,
uh, Automatic retail management system
retail
and stock
management. Okay,
management system, yeah,
okay, 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 okay.
with the help
Great.
of camera. So in that we place the computer vision technology which can
Hmm.
scan all that store.
Hmm. What's there in the inventory and what's not there in the inventory?
Yeah, or the misplaced item, or the counting of the stock with the counting the shelf products.
Hmm. Nice.
Also, yeah, the number of customers visiting to that shop and the period at which they are visiting, which product is selling at most, or which is at least, like that.
So this is just like a testing kind of project, or is it used in anywhere? Or just asking like,
Actually, this project we made for our hackathon, which is conducted by the Catalyst. So there
hmm,
we just give them the demo, but this is not recently is used in use. We have to make some modification on that, and
hmm.
after that, with proper testing, we will definitely implemented it in a real life.
That's so nice. What DB were you using in that project? So
What's up?
uh, I wasn't gonna ask all of this. We'll of course dive into the HLD, but kind of sounds like a good project. And if you mention it to an interviewer, you can expect similar questions that I'm gonna ask. So just a few questions just to get how much of a idea you have on your project.
Okay, sure.
Hmm. So do you, matlab, which DB did you use when you were creating this project?
Sorry, sir, I didn't get the question.
Matlab, which DB did you use in this project? Like there must be a lot of informations that you are storing, like the number of product that are being sold, that has been sold, that are in the stock, and the user details also you said that you are storing. So where did you store it?
Okay, so I create one database page
Hmm.
where whatever the cameras are capturing
Hmm.
by time, so that
Hmm.
will be stored in that database page, and it will be non-editable, so cannot edit that. So it is basically storing the history.
Acha, acha. So you didn't connect to a proper DB, or you just like had that in JavaScript or something like that?
Yes, sir. We use database which is available on Kaggle like platform for the machine learning or training the model, for
Hmm.
analyzing or detecting the product. For example, like image processing. For that, we
Hmm.
use the DB which is available on Kaggle.
Sure. Great, great. So Trupti, did you had worked on any project?
What, sir?
Sorry, sir.
I'm asking Trupti if she has worked on any similar kind of project or any project
Okay, okay.
Catalyst from Catalyst.
No, sir. Actually, I think he's fourth year, so that's why he did the project. Uh,
Hmm.
in Catalyst, we had presentation submission, so
Okay.
we did presentation.
Okay. 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 Great. So, do you know about the topic we are gonna discuss today?
Yes, sir.
And
It's
that
a
is,
video streaming platform. System.
yes, it's a video streaming platform. So, have you attended any of the HLD sessions before or any mock interviews before?
So, what do you mean by SLD? Can you just give brief?
A high level design, system design.
Not, sir.
Last time, novel scientist session, I attend that session. So where ma'am just discuss one topic, how to design the system of that topic while building the project.
Sure. Cool, cool. So, Trupti, you are like basically this is your first time attending such session.
No, sir. Last time I also attended. Like the
Hmm.
first session that was held, the sir did not teach us anything. It was just an introduction. But the second session, sir did introduce us to the basics of it. But in depth, I did not understand it very well.
Okay, okay. Cool. So would any of you want to start the session or should we go ahead and I do it?
Yes, sir, you do it.
Cool then. Actually, system design. So high this HLD starts for high level design or we can say system design, anything, and we'll do it for video streaming platform. We'll do it for video streaming platform. So whenever we are going into a system design or a high level design or any kind of design, what do you think should be our first step?
Requirements.
Exactly. Correct. Requirements. Sure, then let's start with the requirements. What do you think should be the first one? The basic requirement. Hello? Just the basic one, just the basic one. We'll try to make it as interactive as possible so that you are freed up from the tension of an interview. So, of course, you know that this is a mock interview, but if you free yourself up and you are able to speak with me, then it makes it easier for you to talk to an actual interviewer. This way, you will have your job at stake, right? So, I would encourage you to get comfortable with this entire interview setting. Of course, I am the one doing all the talking and the designing and the kind of coding part here, but if you engage with me, then you'll kind of free up with the tension of an interview setting. Cool?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Cool. What do you think should be our first requirement of a video streaming platform?
A user and an admin page.
User slash admin page. Cool. Next.
Objective of
Ob-
that project.
no, no. So that is what requirement is. We are not gonna write objective. Alag se. What do you think should be the objective of this video streaming platform? That the user should be able to stream slash watch videos. This is our first requirement, right? This one. This should be our
Yes.
first requirement. What else do you think should be our basic requirement similar to this?
Admin should be able to upload the video.
Cool. Video uploads. Will not say admin all the time. Just say video uploads.
Automatically adjust video quality based on
Yeah,
internet speed.
exactly. That's a good one. Adjust video quality. What else? Can you think of any more?
Recommendation system.
Exactly. Recommendation system.
So search video section as well based on
Search
content.
videos is a good one. Cool. We'll take two, three more if you can. And then we'll go ahead. What else? How can you think uh, of the scalability factor in this? What do you know of scalability? पहले ये बताओ. What do you what do you mean by scalability?
So in this scalability can be the reach of the video, like how many people are viewing the video, like the data. maybe.
Exactly. Scalability, which means user base or video base. It's like how many, what's the interaction, matlab the interaction between the client and the system, right? So what do you think could be a approximate number of YouTube scalability, user interaction and video interaction, YouTube or Netflix?
It could multiple.
Of course. So in this kind of answers, in this kind of questions, interviewer will ask this kind of questions. Ki what do you think can be, uh, like he would want you to give a range. Okay, you just say, let's say 500 something to 1000 something. So we'll, of course we know that it can't be accurate, but kind of take a educated guess ki how much can it be. You kind of like कि if let's say we have itna billion people in the world and itna billion people watch video वगैरह वगैरह, kind of in that way.
Sir, around 100 million to 500.
Kind of exactly. So in this manner only we will try to answer the question of scalability ki acha that it can be 5 million user per, let's say, second, hour or something like that. Cool. What else? So in this requirement, apart from these two, we'll kind of make it in a functional requirement, and I'll make this as non-functional. Why do you think we do this? Why do you think that we created a functional requirement and a non-functional requirement?
So functional requirements are like basic requirements that platform will have to function in a basic manner, like a basic structure or layout. Non-functional requirements are like adding more value to it and maybe external factors.
Of course, of course. So, these functional requirement and non-functional requirement are not from a systems POV. This is from a interview POV. Because this user and admin login page is a functional requirement, of course, क्योंकि that's the first step in any system, है ना? But in this video, we aren't gonna deep dive in this section. We are just gonna, let's say, add a REST API, or let's say add a load balancer, user authentication, वगैरह वगैरह, and we will just leave it like that. We'll not discuss this in that depth. So also the search part. So of course I know that searching a video is like very important in YouTube or anywhere. Search is a very important feature as a whole in system. But for this interview, we would want ki how user is streaming the video and how user is uploading a video. That's it. Just for the interview purpose. Never say that in a system that these are not required or not important. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Cool. So now let's move on to the next part. What do you think should be our next part? We would write our,
Database.
yes, database is also a important part, but we are kind of, I'll take you to the, like, let's say, exact flow how an interview wants me to understand the system. Okay. So first we write the functional requirements, then we write the non-functional requirements, then we kind of write the entity required important entities. We kind of will try to mock some APIs, and then we'll go into the system design. So the DB part will come in the system design thing. Okay. So
Okay.
what do you think could be an important entity of our this interview in video streaming platform?
A user and admin.
Of course, user slash admin. What else? Of course, one, the obvious one, the most obvious one. Videos, the most obvious one, the most obvious one. Cool. So
Play
now,
resume videos.
sorry.
Play resume videos functionality.
Of course, that will come into the uh, video entity only, the resume thing. How
Okay.
do you think we can design some APIs for this? So whenever we are diving into the system, there are many nuances of a system. Okay, you can go very deep, but in an 45-minute interview you won't be able to go that deep, right? So always try to, let's say, start with the obvious one and the basic one. Okay, this thing will be there. Of course, isme there will be a lot of nuances, but we'll try to state the obvious one and the basic ones, so that the interviewers know कि भाई चलो इनको basic आता है at least. Then we'll of course develop and we'll of course build as the time grows. What do you think should be an mock API that is being used? So we'll do a post video API, we'll do a get slash video ID. This can be a query param. What do you think could be a video ID?
A unique ID given to each video so that we can fetch it.
Given to each user,
No, each video.
each video. So unique ID, let's say I have uploaded a video, let's say home tour. So should this be a unique ID? Do you think
Can
this, sorry?
the the title of the video.
Exactly, why I'm saying that this is the title of the video. So do you think this works? I have uploaded a video saying home tour. I have uploaded a video saying this is my home tour. So do you think this works?
No, sir.
Why?
Yes, sir. So, like in search, whenever we search home tour, it will give the top because it title has the home tour
A title has?
with the video home tour, the keyword.
Hmm. Why this will not work is because, let's say I can have a video named home tour, and Trupti can have a video named home tour, and then someone from Canada can have a video named home tour. So we can't add a description या video title to that क्योंकि title can be similar. Yeah, there can be hundreds and thousands of videos of same title. ठीक है? So we will have something like unique ID of, let's say, some unique ID that is unique to each video. Okay, is equals to have unique video ID. Always keep this in mind that whenever we are trying to get something, we will always query it with the most unique thing possible. And in the case of video, we'll design it by our own. Cool. Now let's start with the actual design. So how do you start with a system design? What process have you learned yet? Key, how do we start with a system design video? Tell me whatever you have learned till now.
So, till now we have learned how to find the functional and non-functional requirements and
Hmm.
how to implement on functional requirements like the
Okay.
entities and APIs required for a functional
Hmm.
requirements of the system.
In the earlier sessions, can you implement some of those learnings here? Like how would you start on a system design?
By gathering the requirements,
And after that we have already done.
Hey, hi, Shivan.
Hello.
Shivan, we just wanted to understand, do you have some capacity or your session has been kickstarted very well? Because there was one group which got breakout room got we have to destroy that. So we have two students. Can we assign over here or you have went a bit ahead?
Uh, we can actually. I'm just starting on with the design. इसके पहले we were kind of in the introduction and the functional requirement
Okay.
gathering.
So I'll just quickly assign them. That will be great.
Sure,
Thank
sure,
you.
sure, sure. Till then, yeah, I'll, literally, I'm telling ki you please try to add input to this system from your own. Okay, even if it's very obvious, even if it's very basic, please try to add input from your own क्योंकि that's how you will learn and grow. ठीक है, kind of brainstorm and kind of think that how should be our day one architecture be looking. तब उसके बाद will build up on it. ठीक है, एकदम obvious, एकदम basic, but after we have our new students, we'll try to I'll take inputs from both of you, okay, Sanya and Trupti, that how do you think we should start and how do you think in day one or in the beginning of an interview how we should navigate through the design. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, hi Lakshmi. Hey, hi Deepya. Am I audible to pupils? Lakshmi and Deepya.
Yes, sir. Now I can hear you.
Cool. Divya and Kritika.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cool. Hello, Khushi.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Sure. We are already halfway kind of through the design, so that is a good opportunity actually. Can any of you, Trupti or Sanya, give a brief about what we have discussed yet to our colleagues, to your fellow batchmates?
Okay, sir.
Cool.
So
Go
first
ahead,
we
Sanya.
start. Yes. So first we start with our introduction, in which branch we are and what we are doing, and then some basic introduction about our project, which we do develop in Catalyst, and then we move on to our main topic of today's session. So that is video streaming. So in that we are first start with the requirements. So we divide that requirements in two sections: functional requirement and non-functional requirement, and we are right now discussing on that.
Cool. You could have explained a bit, but कोई बात नहीं. For functional requirements, we have only written down that a user should be able to upload a video and a user should be able to stream a video. In non-functional requirements, we have written that the login page of user and admin adjusts video quality, some scalability, and some advanced feature of our system. We have also written down the entities and APIs, uh, which is like only two, user and video entity, and then two APIs, which is post and get a video ID. Uh, is it okay for everyone if I start from now?
Yes, sir.
Cool. So, how do you think we should proceed after this? So, whenever we are designing a system, we kind of go with the day one architecture, which is a user. ठीक है? It will have a service call. ठीक है? And then we'll have a DB. So that is how you design a system on a day one. ठीक है? We would have a user, a service, and a DB. Now we will build on it. In any system design interview that you are gonna face from now on, we'll kind of have a day one system, which is user, service, and DB, and we'll build on it. Every system will have this, and now we are gonna build on top of it. So what do you think should be the first service user will call?
Login
Exactly.
or
And
sign up.
yes, login slash sign in should be the first call, the first service rather. In this, so whenever we are trying to add the login and sign up, we'll add it as routing as well, and load balancing as well. This kind of becomes our API gateway. Okay, and then DB. So let's start with the video life cycle. So first user needs to upload a video. Okay, where do you think, what kind of DB should we use to store a video? Everyone kind of be interactive, so that in actual interview you don't stuck up and you don't freeze up in a actual interview where you have your job at stake. इससे अच्छा you practice here, then you will be able to
So
perform well.
mostly,
Sir, AWS, we are using the AWS services like S3.
Cool. That's actually true. We actually use S3 services here. Why do you think we use AWS S3?
Because it gives us the nice environment for storing the video.
You can't say we have a nice environment in an actual interview. You need to be technical, a little technical at least. It won't sound good, right? If I just say that it's nice to have a S3, it's nice to have. Why
Or
do you?
it has
Go ahead.
maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe it have the large storage, that's why.
Exactly, exactly. Something like this we will try to have. But why do you think we can't have large storage in Mongo or in Postgres SQL? Why do you think S3 is the one?
sir, in Mongo and all, since the data is serially stored, so it takes time to fetch the data.
Sorry. Your voice was not clear.
Sir, in Mongo and all, it is time taking when it comes to fetch from a higher data, like very large data.
Mm. So the correct answer is actually it's not that it will take time to fetch large data. क्योंकि in from AWS also it will take time to fetch large data. We say that this is cheaper. This AWS S3 is a cloud, right? So in Mongo or in Postgres SQL, we actually use the disk space of the machines, and this is stored in a cloud. So whenever we have huge files coming in from wherever, no matter what kind of media we are using, so this is also called as object storage. Okay, this term would be very useful अगर आप ये mention कर देते हो to the interviewer that will use a AWS S3 का object storage. Why do you think object storage? क्योंकि all kind of media, no matter if it's a video, if it's an only audio, if it's just a picture, anything, ठीक है? We use S3 for that. ठीक है? So let's say a user makes a hash slash post call, ठीक है? User sends the post call and then we send it to the object storage. ठीक है? अभी तक do you think it's correct?
Yes, sir.
uh, do you think we can optimize this? So how we will optimize this is, instead of going through this whole process here will kind of add a will kind of so what AWS S3 does is like कि it already gives us a pre-signed URL. ठीक है? So whenever user makes a post request, we'll directly store that to the S3. ठीक है? With pre-signed URLs. So what happens is कि let's say we are uploading a video. Even a 1 minute reel can get up to 100 MB space. So when we are uploading a video and we are passing it through multiple layers, it gets very difficult. ठीक है? So we try that we don't pass it through multiple layers क्योंकि we already want it to store in S3. We will not pass it through multiple layers. Instead, we'll ask user that S3 give me a pre-signed URL जिसमें user can already upload a video on उस पे we will do how we will do a upload, we'll do it in chunks. ठीक है? So in that in chunks. Why do you think we are doing in chunks? क्योंकि one video can go up to अच्छा खासा data size. It can be of like let's say multiple GBs if a 4K video is there. So we want user to upload it directly in chunks क्योंकि small pieces पे it will divide and maybe it will assign it to few workers and will get uploaded. So the whole video gets stored in the AWS object storage. How do you think should we also store the metadata in AWS? We'll have another DB of video metadata. What do you think should I use here in this video metadata? What do you think we are storing? Come on, try to be interactive. I don't have much time.
Title, description, ID.
Exactly. Title, description, let's say unique ID,
URL.
URL of what? URL of what?
Means that video URL.
So video URL will generate, na? We will give the video URL. User will not give us video URL. But we need to store that where this video is actually stored. Okay, so we need the S3 URL of that video.
Okay.
ठीक है? So, but अभी के लिए this service and this is not talking, so we will add a API call to this also. कि from here we will get the pre-signed URL and this video service will also add that S3 URL here. ठीक है? What else? Also, what do you think should be here? So this is a AWS S3 database. What do you think should be this database? ये भी AWS S3 कर देते हैं क्योंकि तब दोनों सेम रहेगा. Do you agree? Come on, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Nahi, we don't. Someone was saying something.
Sir, the ES3 will store the actual video files.
Exactly, exactly. And so,
Basically, that URL is containing that actual ES3, yes, actual files.
so
That ES3 URL.
this S3 URL gives us that okay, in this path of S3 server we have our actual video stored. But that so actual video is, let's say, of 1 GB. We can't store it at two places, right? We need
Yes,
only so we need only one of that actual proper raw data. Uske baad in here we will have the location of that actual data, which is like location of raw data. Cool.
yes,
So what I'm trying to do here is इसमें हम लोग का interactions will be more of in this. So here I'll try to make it a Postgres. Why? इसमें Postgres or MongoDB whatever, but a relational DB, RDBMS, something like that. Why? Because here we know a proper structure of our table that we are gonna store, that the information that we are gonna store. Either we didn't had that, either I know that I'm storing the raw data. So इसीलिए for a metadata table we try to add a RDBMS where we know that this is the place, this is the row and column and something like that. Cool. So I'll also just out of the box think ki this S3 service, what it does is also gives a notification system that okay, this file upload is done. So we will have a notification that whenever a notification comes, we'll assign this to the S3 URL that we have here. Okay. So अभी के लिए the post and get kind of looks good. Okay. This is how we'll store the data. But do you think that when we are getting the request, the get part of a video, do you think this system works fine? Or what challenges will this system face when will face when we have a get on a 4K video? Hello?
it has the large file size, so it is not that much scalable to store.
No, no, large file size I know, and it is already stored. What do you think should be the problem when we are trying to get the file?
The quality of that video will be loose.
The actual thing that I'm trying to get here is that when we are trying to get a huge file, it will take me ages to load because it's a huge file. Okay, whenever let's say I'm watching a 2 hour movie, so I'm trying to watch Dhurandhar, let's say 4 hours. How do you think we'll get the whole video? We need to get the video in chunks. Okay, so the get part is, let's say, handled by a encoder we have here. Okay, so let's make it a, इसमें will have a encoder. What this encoder will do, it will kind of encode the whole video in chunks. Again, why do you think we have a separate encoder? क्योंकि इधर भी अपलोड करते वक्त भी we had to upload that in chunks. Why do you think we need an encoder again for chunking? Come on, guess. Technical, educated guess.
So, so
Avoid
my
the blocking.
Avoid the blocking. What happens when you open a video? When you click on a video on a YouTube or Netflix, what does it do?
so video get load in chunks. So like even if your internet goes,
Hmm.
the small that is loaded in of the video that plays, but after that the chunk is not loaded, so that does not play. So
Exactly.
like
Exactly. Continue.
instead of loading the entire video once, it just loads in chunks, which is more.
So what we do is like, so we break it into सबसे पहले the main thing is that we want our system to, like, let's say, respond fast. We want our system to be available at all times. So जैसे ही I click a video, I want surety that something plays. ठीक है, we will, so we'll try to break it in 2 to 5 seconds of chunk. ठीक है, 2 to 5 seconds का chunk में we will break it. Either we don't do it in 2 to 5 minutes. Okay, here we want ki, okay, even if it's take 10 minutes to upload, we want ki, okay, the whole 10 minutes of original data without any mm, encoding or anything, the whole raw data in the raw quality gets stored here, but it is stored in parts ki, okay, the first part is now moving, the second part is now moving, that way. But here we want ki as soon as the person hits the click icon, the play icon, we want something to play. So we will encode it in chunks of 2 to 5 minutes, and that too, in what sense we'll encode it? We'll encode in quality. Okay, quality. Why do you think we are encoding in quality? Come on, educated guess.
So what do you mean by quality? Like pixels are we talking about?
Exactly. Or what kind of, what else of a quality can you have in a video? Of course it's pixels. Quality in pixels. How many different kind of pixels do you see in a video? We have we have 240, and then
260.
exactly. But why do you think we are storing it in this format?
So even in low internet, it plays the video in the lowest quality. To
Exactly. So what we will do whenever we get a, so this was the post request पे ये आ रहा था. So now when we get a get request कि I want to get a video, what we'll do is like, whenever it gets uploaded to the AWS S3, it will call the encoder. What this encoder will do is like, okay, we will try that, we will break it into quality. So let's say whenever we play a video now, it automatically starts, and it starts with a low quality. Okay, so that अभी यूजर को कुछ दिखना शुरू हो गया एटलीस्ट. आफ्टर दैट व्हाट विल डू, we just we just send it in the lowest quality, and then the client sends us ki, hey bro, my net is working in 100 mbps and my system is like very good, so I want a better quality video. What we will do is that we will store this encoder. This will now store our chunks, uh, chunks in the metadata of, let's say, an array we have. Chunks could be, let's say, an object. Chunks could be an object. Inside that we have, let's say, for 240p we have an array of what? So this 2 second to 5 second video that we have now, what this will have, this will have the SCURL of that 2 to 5 second ka video. Why? Because all the S3 URL of chunk paths. ऐसे ही similarly we will have it for each quality. We'll have for each quality. We'll have for each quality. So what? Whenever the user comes, the user will get the 240 वाला quality का first 2 second का pre-signed URL, and he will start with the lowest quality possible. Now we will ask the user कि the user will tell us कि his internet and his device and everything, that after that it is called adaptive bitrate streaming. Okay, let's add a service here. Let's say for post he goes here, for get he comes here. Okay, adaptive, this is the actual term we have, matlab, we have in the video streaming platform. Let's say if the video comes for get request, it will come here, and then it will go and fetch the chunks of all the and it will show accordingly ki how much of a bitrate you want, the client wants, and it will show that bitrate accordingly. Okay, do you think this works fine with, let's say, the video adjust video quality के लिए? Do you think that we have solved it? Do you have any questions? Do you have any doubts? Hello, am I audible? Cool. I'll take that as yes, and I'll start. So how do you think a search window works in any of the system? Not in YouTube, in any of the system. So there is something called as elastic search. So whenever we get a search request, we move it to elastic search. Do you think how this works? Do you know how this works? And this will be talking again to our video metadata DB. So Elasticsearch is a specific kind of DB where we mention that, let's say, the title and the description is the most common one, where we kind of say that a user can actually search using, let's say, ID and title, and we code it accordingly so that the search of title and description is faster. But this kind of solves our search problem, but it doesn't solve our mm, the scalability problem. Do you think, let's say, during, let's say, Squid Games or nahin, let's say Panchayat. So if, let's say, Panchayat has been aired today at 12 am, so we know, right, that that Panchayat will be streamed throughout India, and that too in like heavy traffic. What do you think happens then? Because this, let's say, this databases that we have is in, let's say, California. Actually, it is in California, the data centers of YouTube and Netflix. So, how do you think the system handles a call which is going internationally and multiple times? Because the system knows that if a panchayat is gonna get aired, so the whole India will stream it, and that too very frequently. So the number of calls for that will be very high. How do you think it is handled? So just like we have our AWS S3 and the media metadata, Elasticsearch and everything, this ABS service or technology, we also have a cache technology named CDN. What it does is, this is stored geographically, this CDN cache. Whenever we know that some videos are gonna be streamed multiple times, what is does it, the first time we get it plays, so let's say on exact 12, some person from, let's say, Delhi has hit the get request for Panchayat episode 1. So for the first time it will go to California, okay, but it will store it for India, that okay, this video is getting a lot of requests, so let's store it. So this whole process that is done, this is cached in CDN. So now every time a get request that comes doesn't go to California, it comes to the India CDN. As it is already cached, it takes it from here and it returns to user. This whole process that is there, it's skipped. So that's how a system becomes very fast during, let's say, a high interactive session of a system. Do you have any doubts? Do you think the system will work? Do you see any loophole or anything? Anyways, so whenever you are trying to solve a system design, make sure that you kind of, let's say, go through a similar